So that's £84 worth of meat on here. It's very, very top quality. The Donal Russell meat we find to be really absolutely excellent, and we've never had an issue with any of the meat we've got from them in the past. And there's always information that they supply regards to cooking, as well as you know, our own kind of ideas. So a lot of these are just steaks, and I've got some mince here, etc. One thing I would say is these are packs of what they call beef rib trim. It's quite a cheap cut that they sell, obviously from their beef rib joints and the bits left off and around the bones. Makes absolutely fantastic stews, casseroles, and any kind of slow cooking. One other thing we use a lot are these. You can get these free. Sometimes you get offers. So once you've ordered and got a few things from Donal Russell, you'll often get an email from them every sort of 2-3 months. Well, they'll say there's something that they're going to include free. And these 6 mini steak burgers are brilliant. So I don't think of them as steak burgers. What we do is, once they're defrosted, we roll them into little balls of meat and we use them as meatballs, and they are the most delicious meatballs. So we've done some fantastic things with these 6 mini steak burgers. So we've got 24 over there, so that's a really good couple of good helpings here. The steak burgers are like nothing you'll get in a shop. These are absolutely some of the best burgers you'll get. They are steak meat trim. So whilst they send you steaks with very little fat, just enough, so some of these steaks are quite lean cut, there's almost no fat on that parve or pave steak at all, because all the trim goes into things like their grand steak burgers there at the back. Absolutely fantastic. And I'll treat myself to the odd sirloin steak, and there's a real mixture of steaks here. Something that's quite new for Donal Russell is they've moved into fish quite a bit more, as well as ready meals. You can buy ready meals from them as well, and also these are the same quality ingredients. But there's one of their newer Arbroath Smokie fish, frozen fishes that I've decided to give a try. Just the one, because I thought I'd give it a go. But what we absolutely regularly buy from them are their beef products par excellence, and often we'll get their larger pork roasts, leg of lambs, and various beef roasts. Typically at Christmas we will always have a large 6 or 8 beef rib joint, and that's become our kind of classic Christmas beef joint. Now, don't get me wrong, a large 6 to 8 rib boned joint can be £80 plus on its own, but it's absolutely amazing. This is really just a good assortment box to give you a flavour for the kind of things that we'll buy, every 2-3 months, whatever, from Donal Russell. Been using them for over a year and a half, so I really can give them my own personal recommendation on their both quality of their goods and their quality of delivering. So the box that arrived today was scheduled to arrive today, and it did, and it arrived within the few hour window that they allowed me to select. So they're absolutely fantastic. Obviously they've got to be good, because the couriers are delivering in the end, even though it's frozen meat in boxes, it's fresh food, and of course it's perishable. So it's a really good arrangement. You've obviously got to make sure you're in on the day and the time that you say you want it delivered, but I've always had them deliver promptly on time. And sometimes I only have things delivered 2 or 3 days before a big weekend meal that we're planning with guests, because I want to give the meat proper time to defrost. All of this is frozen. Some of the items that you buy from Donal Russell can arrive at ambient temperature, so they don't freeze them, they come chilled. But most of the time we buy them frozen. Really, really good. It's not like normal frozen meat. The way that they freeze things, it's a really good quality method that they freeze their products. They're very, very dry. They're not bundled with loads of water, etc. And when you use them and defrost them, you'll see what I mean. It's top quality food all round. And that's just a quick little sample. Obviously, I've got all these in the freezer because, as you can see, they're all steaming up in the heat of my kitchen. But just to give you a little taste, I'll quickly turn a few over so you can see what they've got here. This is just a pack of mince meat, nothing fancy, but they don't use cheap mince, they are minced steak. So similar to the grand steak burgers at the back here and the mini steak burgers. This is all beef rib trim. I've got the fish here, got a whole bunch of steaks. These are ribeye steaks, and as you'd expect, you can see, let me wipe that a little bit in my hand, it's cold, but you can see a nice marble of fat in there, which will make it absolutely juicy and cook beautiful. So that's a ribeye steak. That's a sort of 210 gram. There's 190 gram ribeye steak, so slight variation in weights. This is a sirloin steak, again 210 gram. Lovely, lovely layer of fat on the outside there. I've got here, actually I've got a real mixture of steaks here.
These are 4 Medallion rump steaks I've got here, so it's quite small, but they have fantastic for kind of sandwiches or in salads when you want a little bit of hot meat on the side, things like that. So a real mixture of meat going on here. Some pave or pave rump steak here, again quite small but nice and thick. There's a good 1.5 inch thick of beautiful little medallion that will sit nicely on a plate with some sort of green beans and oh, anyway, I'm getting hungry just talking about it. So I'm going to get all these in the freezer. Recommend to Donal Russell, really good service and always good quality meat, top notch.